Okay, we're live. Good evening, everybody. We're back again. We see people already in the chat writing about, personal needs. We have a lot to talk about. We have like two games to talk about. Hence, the name of the title of the podcast today, Doctor Old and Mr. Lady. Like with we don't know who we are yet. One game we are winning the title, the other game we are the worst team, and we're back again winning the Champions League. So let's welcome our guests. We're waiting for more people to join in a few, but let's start with the one that's already here. Both from Boston, Edo, coordinator of the Juventus official fan club Boston. Welcome.
Hey, everybody.
And Mario, one of those saints that needs to deal with Edo on a daily basis. Welcome, Mario.
It's quite difficult.
I,
Hi.
oh, I know. We feel you. We had him here for 2 full long years, and now it's all yours. Now it's all yours. All right. Hello here in the chat. Hello. People want Derek. Derek is gonna come soon. And okay, so we have two games to go through. I'd say we start from last week, or better yet, Sunday, Serie A with Cagliari. We were like coming from a 5-0 with Udinese, like we thought we were back in the race, ready to take everybody on, and then Cagliari arrives. 78% of ball possession and 0 points brought home. So I'm gonna start with Edo. Edo, tell me about Cagliari. What happened? What? Let's put it this way: if you compare the Cremonese game with the Cagliari game, what happened? I mean, the Cremonese was like a beautiful game. It looked like we're gonna score every time we were going by, the other half of the field, and with Cagliari, we couldn't even get a shot in the goal. And Edo froze. Beautiful. Mario, you tell me. The question is the same. Let's start with you.
I think that we had our mind in Benfica. To be honest, we also have players that lack the ability to do what they have to. Like David, I know what he does one thing, everybody's super happy, and when he doesn't do anything, then people are like, there's no balance, there's no in between. But he's not a striker, because if you look at his position in the pitch, wherever you go, he's not in the striker position, and we just keep on crossing balls, hoping for him to put it in. But that's not what he does. So we lack the players to do what we have to, and we were also with our mind already to the game of today, in my opinion.
Okay, so Edo, I don't know if you missed Mario. Mario pretty much is saying we lack players, and they were already like looking at today's game. Do you think that's what happened?
I don't necessarily think so, but we definitely don't. We're not in a place where we can just sort of like sleepwalk through a Serie A game, even the easiest one you can think of, and expect to come out with a win. We're not there yet, so I think on Sunday Mario and I were counting the corner kicks together, and
18,
we got to 18, and
yeah.
The crazy part to me was that I don't think we won a single ball out of these 18 corner kicks, which is an insane number. And sometimes those games that are stuck and you're not creating, or maybe you get there and it's the last pass is not quite clean enough, you win on a random corner kick and somebody just boots the ball in, or does something, and you win the game. We're not there yet. We're not able to just find a way to win ugly as hell. I don't care. Just a random corner kick at the 87th minute. We're not there yet, and we had our chances. But I mean, 18 corner kicks, just win one. Had the
Well, in the
ball in
past
and
2 years, I think in the past 2 years, we've scored once or twice
yeah.
from
I
a
mean,
corner
our set
kick.
pieces are horrible,
Yeah, from
absolutely.
set pieces in general. I mean, I don't remember from a free kick last time we scored. No, for real.
Dusan with
Oh, maybe Vlahovic
Enge.
last year.
Vlahovic.
Last year, Vlahovic was with Roma
He
or
was good
somebody.
with it.
Yeah, maybe Vlahovic once or twice. I mean,
Then
yeah,
you play
so
with a team that does the exact opposite. They just get one chance and they take full advantage of that one chance.
But what I don't understand is, like, I think Cremonese and Cagliari are two comparable teams, right? Sure, one we're playing away, one we're playing home, but like in terms of like strength of the roster, you know, it's not. We should have just trashed both of them. One we did, and one we lost. What happened? Cagliari learned from like the game with Cremonese out of the blue, or I just don't understand why. How can we go from beautifully play a game for 90 minutes and then go to not knowing what to do? Welcome, Derek.
Thank you, guys.
So
Ciao, Derek.
Huh? Should we ask Derek this question? I don't know if he heard it. Yeah, let's ask Derek. So what happened between Cremonese and Cagliari? Why Cremonese was beautiful and Cagliari we just didn't do much?
Because Cremonese sucks, and
I mean,
and Cagliari is just as bad, but we just don't do well against the bad teams. It's like sometimes it'll bring us down. Like we can have Inter, Napoli, Milan, and then we play an amazing game, and then you play with the last one. And, you know, somebody who's contending to just not go back in Serie B, and then we just give our best. And right there, we just like we don't know what to do anymore. They're looking like Barcelona, and we just look like we don't know what to do. In the case of Cremonese, everything was just running, and we had this amazing game. Then we got to Cagliari, and we held the ball the whole time, and we didn't know what to do with the ball. We just kept it there.
but that's, I think, the problem. Like, we know if a game starts going our way, if we score at the beginning, the first 25 minutes, you know, then it's like if they're relaxed, if they're confident. You get a team now like Cagliari that closed, like it was close, like couldn't get in there, and then we don't know what to do. That's it. That's when I think the limitations of our players show. You know, when we don't have alternatives, we don't know what to do. A question for Edo. So, who was the best player against Cagliari? Can you think of anybody? I mean, let's say besides Yildiz. Yildiz, it's always doing his thing. Besides Yildiz, who stood out that game?
Lloyd,
Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very steady.
Right.
all year.
We're talking about the two players, three with Kalulu that, like, you know, are our, you know, they're consistent. You know, but like then where are the players that should make a difference when we need it? You know,
I mean,
Zegrova today didn't even play. You know, he came in. Okay, Zegrova is supposed to be like, you know, to be adding quality. I understand it doesn't have 90 minutes. I don't know why in February it still doesn't have 90 minutes. But every time he has played, I feel like he's always all these little tricks, but nothing very consistent. Is it just my feeling?
No, he cannot shoot. That's what we found out. He has not a good foot. He can cross the ball. He can do that. He can dribble, but when it's time to shoot the ball, it's always falling. It's always a pass to the goalie, and that's what the problem is. He can't shoot the ball, and that's what I'm finding about him. He can't do anything else other than dribbling and putting the ball in the middle. 100%, he can do that. When he played the other time, he put like 4 balls that they were supposed to be all goals, but you know, David and you know, everybody else up there is a different story. But Openda and all of them, they just, I don't know, they just eat goals like nobody knows. But that portion he can do. But when it's time to shoot, I haven't seen a good shot from him. Like something that is, we don't have anybody actually that can really shoot from outside, except from Yildiz. And I think Adzic made that one screamer. But
Right.
everybody else is like, Thuram can dribble the ball. He'll do a whole run, get in front of the goalie, and just pass it.
Right.
And we don't have those shooters. Like we need somebody that just can kick the ball from outside every single time, at least aim somewhere.
Yeah. The crazy thing is like, you know, if you look at the roster at the beginning of the season, it looked like we hadn't had all this much quality in the, you know, offensive department like in a long time. You know, we were like, okay, we got Yildiz, we got Conceição, we got Zegrova, we got David, we got Openda. Dude, we have alternatives, we have qualities. At the end of the day, Yildiz is the only one that makes the difference, and then everybody else. I mean, Conceição, you know, I feel Conceição when it comes in, you know, from the bench like he does well. I don't know if he's able to carry the game for 90 minutes, but yeah, Edu, what are you saying?
No, I mean, about that, if you think about how much money we invested on wingers, like Zegrova, Openda, and Conceição, because he wasn't on a loan, and who's starting? McKennie. Like, when you think about it, like, we put so much money, we thought we had an embarrassment of riches. I was like, okay, who's, you know, we can rotate guys and be fresh all the time. And then, thank God, we have a guy who can play pretty much any position on the pitch and do it well. But then it's almost February, and our starting right winger is McKennie out of all the summer transfers and whatever we did. And that speaks to our lack of, you know, players who can create out of nothing, the guys that, you know, can turn these ugly games like the Cagliari one into a 1-0 victory and whatever. You know, it's always 3 points. We don't have to win 5-0 every time. Or we just, if you take Yildiz out of the equation, really creating out of nothing, there's very little stuff. There's very little. And we also don't have a striker that creates out of like a random ball that it's somewhere in the area and, you know, somehow ends up in the net. Like, you know,
Mario, today
the game that Inter played, or was that Udinese, I think, it wasn't pretty, but then Lautaro got a ball in the box and scored and ended the game. You know, sometimes it's just that easy. We don't have that.
Not for us. Mario, today at the end of the first half, we were on the phone, and with Matteo, Edo, we were saying that like one of the reasons maybe why our strikers are not that prolific is because they don't receive many balls. Because like our midfielders, you know, they are good with, you know, with recovering, with protecting, but not really with building. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, the progression of our midfield is like Derek said. The one who does it is Thuram. He goes run with the ball, then doesn't know what to do with it. Thankfully today he did know, he scored, but that's often the problem. What I think is also a big problem is our main thing, which was the biggest problem against Cagliari. We cross a lot, right? But I'm short, so we have midgets in our team. And we cross to midgets. They're not gonna get the ball in. So there has to be a way to build up into the box instead of having to cross to nothing.
But who's gonna build up? Who's gonna do that? If our mids are Locatelli and Thuram, who's gonna build? You know.
Well, what if we get Mateta?
But
Mateta
that's
doesn't need to build. He just gets the crosses and puts in with the header. Well, we miss a header.
Well, speaking of crosses, I mean, I think we're jumping here and there, but now since you're mentioning it, like speaking of crosses, also, well, crosses like come only from one side. Cambiaso, it's like if he doesn't know how to do his job anymore. You know, like I think the first cross I saw coming in today from the left was when Cabal came in, and he missed it too, I think, but at least he tried. So there is a lot of like missing puzzles into our team, but you know, David is not that short. I mean, today he received a beautiful ball in the middle of the box, and somehow he managed like to them send it like to the corner kick. I don't know how we did it. Like you need to be committed to make that type of mistake, really. Anyway, Ed up, and then we'll close with the Cremonese. Two things. Like one, I wanted to talk about the goal we got scored on against Cagliari. I meant. Some people like are saying that was Perrin's fault. That you know, he should have stretched more. He should have stopped that one. Like, can you pin this on the goalie or?
I mean, it's never, you know, all on one guy or all on the other guy. There is that. I don't know if you saw that replay. Sort of like it's kind of like I don't think it's very fair because you cannot really see the depth of the play. I mean, he's not making such a incredible effort to stretch, let's put it that way. Like, but then I think that the issue, the largest one, was honestly Kalulu lost his man because the guy just made 3 steps forward, and you know Kalulu didn't follow him, and then he was also lucky because that ball just squeezed inside 25 legs and somehow made it through. If you try that probably 100 times, I'm guessing that 98 times out of 100, it's bouncing on somebody's foot or shin, and that's it. But yeah, that wasn't a great effort on Perrin's.
Derek, what do you think? Do you agree? Is he a Juve player?
Perrin, I mean, for what he plays, right? 90% of the time he's on the bench. He only practiced with the team, and this was one shot, and he didn't catch it. It was also deviation at the last minute. So I don't put him to a fault for that. That could have happened. That should have happened. That is the typical. The game should have been played as the typical 7-1 score. You know, you always get those teams that people you're supposed to score like 20 goals, and then they'll score one, and that one goal will be exactly that one goal that Perrin got.
Yeah.
In our case, we just didn't score. So
do you agree with this? Was just a lucky shot, and you know we got unlucky.
Yeah, I would say so. Just because of that, just I wouldn't see it anything else. I mean, Edo, what do you think? But
I don't know. I mean, they were well organized defensively. I think, you know, sometimes there are teams that are not really trying to win. Let's put it that way, but they don't really defend that well. So if you try and try and try, at some point you break through. I mean, Cagliari at some point had, you know, 2 lines of 5 men, pretty much in the first 25 yards of the pitch, and they were, you know, very structured, very organized. They didn't make mistakes. So in a way, kudos to them because it seems easy, but it's not that easy when the talent gap is that large.
So I guess we can safely say that when we get a team that is closed up, it's when the troubles start with us.
Yes, because we don't have shooters from outside. We don't have a threat to open. If you're closed in the middle and closed inside, the only people that we're looking for is David and Openda if he's there. Sometimes if McKennie decides to play 9, then here's McKennie. But we don't have that threat from outside that you're supposed to just shoot something crazy and hit the crossbar, hit something. If the goalie spills it, then you can, you know, we don't even try that. It's always, of course, Yildiz is going to try to find something to do, but he has a subscription to hitting the post nowadays. So he has 7 goals and like 55 posts,
For
and
real.
he always hits the post. Even the penalty, he hit the post. So I'm like, there's no, he just need to go to church or something. But yeah, it's just that we don't have anyone that can shoot, and everybody's just there. They don't know what to do with the ball. They keep passing it to each other until somebody tries. Usually, Conceição tries to do something, but
Yeah.
is most of the time is always in out somewhere in curva. So,
It's a shame because we were like in a good position, and now this is the situation in Serie A. You know, it's not dramatic. You know, we're back to where we were, meaning fighting for a Champions League spot, but now we're like 3 points away from the 4th spot. You know, with one team behind by 2, and you know, big game coming up. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Like a week ago, we're saying, all right, things will go well. We could, you know, aim for something more. What do you think now? Mario, what do you think?
I think that it's always a Hail Mary until the end. This one, for example, is going to be all the way until the end, like last year, that it came to the last game to know exactly who was going to win the Scudetto. So I'm not saying we're going to win it because it's nearly impossible, but it's not far-fetched either, you know? I think that if we look at the teams that are on top, the only one that maybe can be stronger than us is Inter. But I think we could beat Milan if we had to. With right now, with all of I'm not, I don't want to say this very lightly because we're playing against them this weekend. But with all of the injuries, all of the problems, Napoli is not at the level that they can be. And Roma, we saw how we dominated while we were just like starting to build up to where Spalletti was picking up the pieces from Tudor. So I'm not saying we're gonna win it, but we're not gonna be like at the end fighting for 4th spot.
Okay, a little courage. Now, you said in so many words a couple of things. All right, so where do you see yourself at the end of the season? What can we aim for?
2nd or 3rd position with the Coppa Italia.
So we can take the Coppa Italia.
I think we can.
And we can aim for the 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
yeah, there's chance even to get to 1st place. This is
Wanna
not
see
the
this
same.
again before you
Yeah.
say 1st place?
It's not the same. It's not the same Serie A of like years ago when you lose 3 games, and if you lose
We're
the
10
4th
points
one,
away.
Right. So we are 10 points away, but there's Inter always go strong for a while, then they have their problems, and usually what has happened to us, we start drawing like 54 games, and that's the problem. But there's always a chance. Yes, they are 10 points away, but AC Milan is like still 7. So there's different things
There is
that could
Roma
happen
in
there.
between too. I mean, I think we can take Napoli. We can take Napoli. We can take Roma. But 1st and 2nd, I don't know. 10 points, it's a big gap. And
Cortomuso works up to
All
a
the
certain
time.
point.
I don't know. I don't know if it's up to a certain point. It works every time. It's 3 points, man.
we won a few things with Cortomuso.
So I don't know. All right. Why don't we move on to, a happier place? All right. So, after Sunday, big game today, it could have been like a deal breaker today. Today it could have broken us if we didn't win. It could have broken us. I mean, psychologically, I think we've done so much that today could have been bad. So the way that the team reacted, I think it says a lot. Last week when we were doing our episode of the podcast, we had like this image that I'm gonna bring up again, of this man, to being the damn savior of the whole situation here. All right. So I would love to think that again, if he was the savior last against Cremonese, he could not be, the person to pin on the defeat of Cagliari. I have to think is the player. So before we get into today's game, I want to do something with you guys that you're gonna hate, but I don't give a fuck. So we're gonna do it anyway. And I'm gonna bring up the lineup from today. Okay. So this is today's lineup, and quickly. Okay, I want you to tell me who is a Juve player, who is not of this lineup. This is a Champions League lineup. All right. So starting 11, Juventus in Champions League, starting 11. Who is a Juve player of this 11?
I count 3 or 4 that are Juve player. Yildiz for sure, Bremer for sure, even though he did the silly penalty mistake. Kalulu, because of he may not be a technical player that does fancy things, but he works hard. And I'm starting McKennie's really I'm on McKennie's card, man. He's doing really good. I could say Kelly too. Yeah, 5. Kelly 2, yeah.
So you said McKennie, Yildiz, Kalulu, Kelly,
Bremer.
5. So
yes.
3 defenders, and then Yildiz and McKennie. Edo.
Very similar, but I have it's a weird thing because we think of Juve players as it's not like we always played with 11 monsters. Like the best Juves had a bunch of solid players, maybe not top level, but really good players that consistently perform. So I'm gonna just throw the bomb, and Matteo is gonna go crazy. I know.
Hang on there. Hang on 1 second. Let me show you one thing.
Okay.
Average players. Okay, go back. Okay, now we can talk again.
Well, then you go, and I'll talk about Moreno Torricelli and Angelo.
Yeah, I know, but you have 2 or 3 of those.
That's not true. It's not true.
4. Okay, all right. Give me yours. All right, tell me what
I'm gonna swap Kalulu for the captain.
Del Piero is not there. Who?
You know who.
All right. So Locatelli is a Juventus player in Champions League for you. Then
Yildiz. I agree with McKennie, Bremer, and I actually think Kelly is that kind of player.
Hey, Andrew, welcome. Just at the right time.
Guys.
Okay, let's see. I'll tell you what we're doing here. We're naming who is a Juventus player this lineup from today for Champions League. Derek.
I always like Kelly because Kelly started to become more involved. Actually, when he starts to actually defend is really good. Bremer is always solid. I like Kalulu. McKennie only plays well on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, apparently. That's when he does his best. So definitely for Champions League, at least, he'll be there. And Yildiz, definitely. Miretti is someone that is not there. He's young still, but sometimes when his head is on straight, he does great things, but some other times it's off. But I would say Yildiz, McKennie, and Kelly, Bremer, and Kalulu. That's it.
5. Andrew, what about you?
What was the question?
How many do you count here as actual Juventus players that would deserve to start in Champions League? This is our starting 11 today.
Just based off today's performance?
No, these players. No. In general,
Okay.
We started with this 11. Who do you think is a Juventus player here that would,
of course, Yeah, of course, Yildiz and 10 other players. Sure, we have that, of course. But I would say McKennie. I was not really the question you asked me, but I was thinking about this the other day, and I thought it would be good to bring it up here. McKennie is probably my favorite Juve player today. Sorry if that offends anybody. And I mean today as in like right now in this current team, not just today, but especially today. I love him. I think he's great. I don't know if you put him in any other midfield that we've ever had, if he would hold up, unfortunately. I think he's great for what we need anywhere else on the pitch right now. But if we compared him to like Marquisio, Pirlo, Pogba, thank you. Exactly. Nobody would, right? Vidal, it's hard to say. So right now, for what we need and what we're trying to achieve, I'd say McKennie, Yildiz, who else did I really like today? And Kelly. That's it. Someone on top, someone in the middle, and someone on the bottom.
Okay, I'll tell you
Everyone
mine.
else plays
Yes,
their
sorry, go
role
ahead.
sometimes.
I agree. I think we have Yildiz and Bremer. And that's it. That's it. These are the only two that, to me, when I think of Champions League, a Juventus, these two words next to each other, that I can see in a Juventus starting 11. Thuram maybe has some potentials, but like he's very, very green, very green. So, and why am I doing this? Why did I start with this? I started with this because I was saying like the coach's fault or is the player's fault. I'm still convinced that, Spalletti, Tudor, all these coaches like had very limited responsibilities because like the players are who they are. The players are who they are. And I think a game like this that we won today, it says a lot about the group that is being built, the work that Spalletti is doing. Because like at best here, what we said 4 players, 5 UA players at best, who was very, positive about it. So it means like half of the team shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
We still went out there and won. So let's talk about today's game. Today's game. Andrew,
We
how
beat
would you
Benfica
compare?
for the first time? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. For the first time ever, we beat Benfica. So how do you compare today's game with Cagliari's game?
Do you happen to have the lineups differences?
With the Cagliari, I can pull it up. I don't have it yet, but I can pull
I'll
it
talk
up.
in the meantime.
Yeah.
I think we all know the first half wasn't the best we've ever seen. But I feel like we were still warming up, getting into it, kind of playing our game. There were times where they looked like they were going to score. There were times I think we had one shot on target at one
In the
point,
first
and like
half?
and like 35 minutes in, it was like one shot versus they had like 3. But I don't know. I was optimistic, especially after the weekend. I thought we couldn't lose, even though we're facing a harder opponent. I just thought mentally it wouldn't be good for us to lose, or hopefully mentally they're strong enough to come back from that this weekend. But the second half and the subs, one specific sub, I like Miretti. I want to give him a chance. I want him to be great. I always have. Today he just wasn't on it. And each pass, like errant pass or each mistake he made, I was like, man, that bums me out because I want him to be great. But today he just wasn't. I don't know if he should be starting in the Champions League, but I think he deserves time sometimes. Just today, I don't know. Maybe there was too much pressure for him. I know he's really young. Well, younger than most. But who did they put in for Miretti? I'm trying to remember now.
Conceição.
Change the game. I remember in our group chat where a lot of people were saying, like, we need Conceição. We need someone to make a difference or bring in some energy. And he did exactly that. And, wow, I mean, the second half was fun. It's not often that I smile watching the game anymore. I'm usually just shaking my head or something else. But I had a lot of fun. I was happy that McKennie scored, of course. I'm happy that Thuram scored, of course. And, yeah, I can't praise the guys enough. Even the ones who didn't do great, everybody played their role. We were at home, but we beat a team who we haven't beat ever. And also against Mourinho, who's like famously our kryptonite, maybe infamously our kryptonite. So I don't know. I don't have anything very specific to say right now, but I'm sure I'll cut one of you guys off later.
Edo.
I actually
Days.
think there are some similarities. Like we started really hot, like we did with Cagliari, because it seems to me like it's a theme that Spalletti wants to try to score quickly, because especially in Serie A against those teams it helps. But even today, honestly, if McKennie puts that ball a little better, the first I don't know, I think it's 35 seconds in, we have like a 3-against-1 in the box. So there are some similarities, but I was very afraid about this game because, as Andrew said, it's a really tough opponent historically, and then Mourinho's. I know he circled that game a long time ago and was just waiting to spoil the party, and but there are also some some bad similarities. Like we just offensively couldn't do much in the first half, meaning Jonathan David literally did not touch the ball for the first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Except for
Just
that
at the end of the first half.
fantastic header at the end of the half. And it was very similar to what we did with Cagliari, with always going out wide and then hoping that Yildiz somehow create something, which is also very hard because then teams are just double teaming or triple teaming Yildiz on the flank, and good God, he's a great player, but he's not, like, there's only so much he can do. And then I think Mimo in the chat really hit the point. When Conceição was subbed in, then McKennie was playing a lot more an inside position, and that's really, I mean, he can do pretty much everything, but that place is his spot because he has these runs in the box, like on the second goal, that he's done so many times with Juve, especially in Champions League. And Miretti was not able to do that in the first half. At some point when you're near the box or in the box, you have to act quickly, think quickly, and just execute. Miretti sometimes takes that little extra half a second to decide what to do with the ball, and that's too long. McKennie, if you see that 1-2 with David on the second goal, it's tan. It's in.
Mario, Giovanni here is saying, I think Mac belongs behind the striker. He always brings the extra body and run.
I think that, sure, Conceição going in was a big help, but it wasn't because Conceição went in. It was because McKennie was able to play where he has to play. It's what we missed against Cagliari, because he was to the side. He couldn't really do the run into the box as much. For me, McKennie can play even as a goalkeeper and do good, but his position right now is to be a number 10. To be there, that's the way. Since I've been saying this since Bodo, if you put McKennie in that position, you're gonna get goals.
You're right. I mean, McKennie has been like probably in the past 2 years the most consistent player. The problem with McKennie is like March comes, then like he's physically done because like he has given everything. So let's see what happens. What happens this year? I think there are a couple of players that concern me like that. One is McKennie, one is Kalulu that has played all of them. We don't have a sub for Kalulu really. Today I saw Gatti. Well, Bremer just got back. So.
But we're making him play 90 minutes.
I know.
90 minutes.
I saw Gatti warming up at a certain point today.
I was going to mention that.
But then, like he
with a new head of hair.
So that concerns me a little bit. I wanted just to answer the question from Andrew. This is the lineup with Cagliari. I think the difference is with Cup Miners, who sucked like royally on that game, and then that's it, and then the rest is the same.
Oh wow,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Thuram wasn't playing. Thuram wasn't playing. Speaking of Thuram, Derek, like today, Thuram, like it looks like he was the only one actually making those deep runs, but then it got at the end of the box and it couldn't shoot. For the love of God, it was passing the balls right and left and losing it, and then at the first shot he scored.
That's
You know,
typical Thuram. That's what
like-
we seen him do so many times. It's either if he shoots, it's something you don't know, 50-50 chance, or he just gets in there and then doesn't know where to pass it. And then sometimes he does the right pass. But he does this great, I don't know how to say in English, but galoppate from one side to the other side. He will do that at least 3 or 4
Box to
times a
box
game.
run.
Box to box run, where he just goes straight through the middle, doesn't even dribble. He just runs through and all of a sudden everybody just opens up. And then it just doesn't know how to finish it. And like the first half was whatever. We started good at the very beginning, then we just played defense for a while. It was the Gregorio time to warm up apparently, but then after Yildiz started showing up and everything else, but Yildiz plays just like Chiesa or just like Conceição, but it's just a better finisher and better with the dribbling. To be honest, they just both of them put their head down and they just try to do something. Only that Conceição puts it in curva and Yildiz hits the post. But but the type of plays that they do is always very, very, they play by themselves. Just they get the ball, they try to do anything, and then Yildiz last thing that he will do is a pass. But if he has to, he'll cross it. But it's not the first thing. It's never let me pass the ball. Let me slow down. Let me try to dribble. Let me shoot. And today we played bad at the very beginning. It was very scary the first half. Second half, we started, after the 2 goals, we started going. And once Conceição comes in and he gives that energy, is someone that is like, is only sporadic. You can put him in the at the beginning of the game. He's like almost like Chicharito. You have to put him at the end. Him and Vlahovic should just enter together like 30 minutes before the game ends and just see what they can do. Because playing them the whole time, sometimes they'll just sleep. Like he'll fall asleep throughout the whole game and you forget that Chico is there. But when he comes in from the bench, he's like, oh, he starts dancing, putting everybody. And you're like, oh, okay. This is someone that, he can do a lot. He doesn't have that energy that Yildiz does from 90 minutes. And when we talk about people that play 90 minutes, Yildiz plays too much and too often. We played every single game too, and we don't have even the replacement. We do have a replacement, Kostic, but it's not the same.
I don't understand why they don't use Openda as a Yildiz backup. Instead of playing Openda as a David backup, which is a ghost. Like, I don't know why they don't play Openda as Yildiz backup.
Because he needs to wake up. That's what Spalletti told him. He needs to wake up.
That's the reason why.
Yep.
Why is he laughing?
I don't know. I guess
It tickles.
no problem. Spalletti was like super serious about it. Wanted like to,
Exactly.
and he was laughing about it. Yeah, I mean that was like an interesting moment though. That kind of shows what Spalletti I think is doing with.
Did you see the thing where he slapped one of the fans outside the stadium because he was trying to sign an autograph and the guy was not keeping the jersey tense? And he was like,
Oh, really?
Martin.
Spalletti is the same.
Today Spalletti had like something to say with another supporter, like behind the bench. It was like
I saw that too.
I mean, he's
like,
whatever, almost 70. He's seen it all. He doesn't give a crap.
He told him stay home next time, to the supporter, and then
Wow.
after we scored, he went to, pretty much, see, go fuck yourself, like toward them, pretty much. Attenzione, Billone all'improvviso, Billo
I'm at the
all'improvviso.
minute 70 of the
Yes,
game, and we're winning 2-0, guys.
great, Billo. I have a question for you. I have a quick. Here there is like a general consensus that like McKennie should play behind the striker.
No,
Do you agree?
To me, no. He does. He plays everywhere, man.
But if you have to play, because we have Yildiz on the left, we don't know who we have on the right, and then like McKennie behind the striker, or you put him on the right.
No, we don't play that way. We switch position all the time, and we don't play that way. No.
So you
I
use him
disagree.
as a jolly moving around.
Yes, his perfect role is what we're playing right now, and like Kalulu is a kind of similar situation too. So no, very very happy with our coach and the way we're playing right now, and I didn't see the much difference from the game against Cagliari so far. Besides the stadium amazing. Everybody's been supporting the game for like the whole 70 minutes I've been seeing.
So what about this below? Let me pull it up for you if I find it. These two dudes, all right. Which now that I look at it, it seems like an AI image, but it should be Openda and David. David. So, do we have a problems with these guys? Do we have a problem? Because, I mean, David, between Cagliari and today, I think he didn't hit one ball. Actually, the only one that hit, he just missed it.
He did an amazing assist to McKennie. He cleaned the ball there.
Sure, okay.
There
But,
was
like,
no reason to score the goal. Beside this pass, there was no way McKennie's going to score by himself.
okay, so who's gonna score goals then? Who is this gonna score goals?
McKennie.
Like,
I think
Because then-
your season is one of the seasons we have more players scoring goals.
you think?
Yeah,
The whole team.
yeah. Basically, the whole team has been scoring, man.
Yildiz.
I mean, Yildiz is scoring. The strikers
No,
are
we
not
don't have a
scoring.
striker, guys. We don't have a striker.
Right.
We
Well,
don't have Trezeguet.
David is a I know, but like the strikers are not scoring. Okay,
No,
I mean that
is there to help us to build up, but it's not there to score in the situation that we are.
Conceição is not scoring much. Zegrova, only God knows what he's doing. I mean, I don't think we have that many people scoring actually, like you're saying.
No. Right now, besides this McKennie, they come from behind. No, we don't have that much, but.
Mario, what do you think?
Is the way we are right now? I don't know. We don't have the striker like Osimhen for sure. Yeah.
Okay, well now
I
your
think
name.
that the whole club, the whole team is set up that whoever is in there has to do something, but nobody gets into the places to do something. I don't know if it's understand what I'm saying. Everybody should do like their part, but do a little bit more, which they don't, and which is why games like Cagliari happen.
Yeah, but games like that, like Cagliari happens, but it's one on 7 games that we perform, but we didn't have the result we want. But if you tell me we're gonna keep playing these ways, I think I like what I see. For
me
what
too.
we're coming from the beginning of the season, when at the beginning of the season in Champions League, it was almost a miracle after the first 3 games to be even the playoff. Now we're discussing about to be in the top 8, and in Serie A we fixed a lot of problems. Guys, at the beginning of the
Yeah,
season,
but that's not a
this
fair
team-
statement. That's
Yeah.
not a fair statement because it's like the beginning of the season we're playing all the difficult games and now we're playing like the easier ones. It's like Inter. The beginning of the season they were in the top 8 and now they're sucking because they're playing the actual game. So I think comparing in Champions League, comparing beginning of the season with now, you can't really compare. They're like
It's your opinion, man, not mine. Man.
no. I mean the fact that we played difficult games at the beginning of the season, it's a fact. It's not my opinion. I mean, we're playing
Oh.
better now. Yeah, we're playing better, but that we're playing easier games. I mean, that's a fact. We've been
I
playing.
want
easier.
to.
But I don't
I
think
wanna go on
all
record.
the games we played in the beginning of the season were difficult.
I don't know. Playing away in Villarreal was a difficult game. Playing Real Madrid was a difficult game. I mean, I would say that those are like
Oh,
difficult games.
Benfica, you tell me that
You know-
Villarreal is better than Benfica?
Well, afterwards, I can tell you that the beginning of the season, I will tell you, playing away in Villarreal is more
Afterward, I
difficult.
can tell you
And,
that Kelly is not as bad as
now,
Yeah, afterward, I can tell you from
it's
last
easy.
year.
Now it's easy to say that the Villarreal game wasn't more difficult than the Benfica, but at the beginning of the season, the Villarreal game was more difficult than the one at home with Benfica. Obviously, it was.
I disagree.
Well, disagree. Playing away in Champions League, it's not, a walk in the park, and we almost won it.
So we're talking about that. The game we played in Norway was the most difficult one.
Yeah,
it was a difficult one. It was a difficult one that we resolved not easily at the very end. We were struggling a lot. Don't tell me we played a beautiful game because we didn't.
I don't know, guys.
It was
12 points.
Yildiz
I don't know.
that came in. It was Yildiz that came in and fucking changed the game. We were sucking the game. I mean, these are like the facts. It's not that now
Oh,
we're...
sorry. Maybe I'm the only one happy. I don't know.
No.
I went on the wrong time.
No,
I told you
I'm
1-0.
happy.
Sorry.
No.
But did something change or like?
No, I'm happy with where we are, and what we're doing. I don't like the comparison with the beginning of the season. When the beginning of the season had some challenges that we don't have now.
No, I'm not talking about Tudor.
I'm not talking about Tudor. I'm talking about.
We have a difficult start, guys. We have a difficult start.
The 10. Yeah, if you look at the first 10 games of the season between Champions League and Serie A, one after another, what we had,
okay,
it was difficult, and now we didn't.
Do you want to see what is different now?
Well,
That I like to watch it now. At the beginning of the season, I was not enjoying myself watching Juve.
Sure, but again, there's an improvement. It's obvious, but what I'm saying, it's there was something fortunately played in our favor, that all the difficult games were already done, and now, we could focus on building the mentality with easier games. If it was the other way around, it would have been more difficult.
Well, I like the way he play out. Let me tell you that.
You like what?
The way he play out. The way the story of our season went, having the difficult games, and now coming out playing better. I like that. I prefer this way than the other way around. So I'm happy.
Again, now, at the beginning of the season, seeing that lineup of games, everybody was saying, who did the calendar? Yeah, I mean, sure. Now you'll be like, now I'm happy because now we're getting better. But if you look at it at the beginning of the season, it wasn't.
No, we're talking about now, man. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about what I
Sure,
see
we're
now
looking at
compared
all
to
of it.
what I was seeing at the beginning.
All of it. I mean, but today, I don't know. If I look at the first half today, I didn't enjoy much watching that game.
The first half, we give a couple of big gifts, and one was a good save from Di Gregorio. The other one, I don't know how the player didn't put it in the top corner. I thought it was going straight in the top corner. I don't know how he went out. The right winger they have, that actually is a pretty good player. Sima Sokolov, they are both very good players. And the first half we struggled.
Yeah, here.
But we struggle with a mistake trying to build up, with the idea of playing. It was not just a simple mistake you make defending only. So I see the way that we're being positive and try to build up. I see the difference in that. I don't see people scared like I used to see. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know if it's about being scared, but
it's about confidence.
I agree with the scare part because I am sure that people are going to be scared. But I am sure that the players that are going to be scared are the players that are going to be scared. And I think that is the difference between the two. I think that the players that are going to be scared are the players that are going to be scared. And I think that the players that are going to be scared are the players that are going to be scared.
It
if we kept on going like we did at the beginning of the season, we would have tied against Sassuolo, we would have tied against Cremonese, we would have tied against all of those. We wouldn't have won what we have done so far. So I do think we were very scared that at the beginning, and it was a big change. I don't think it mattered as much as the calendar, how difficult the games were, but it was the team, the team itself, the mentality, the way we played. It wasn't up to any standards.
Derek.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, I do agree with. No, I mean, I do agree with Bill. I mean, the gameplay is different, way better now, right? Today's game, first half, we weren't there. We always trying to feel the team, afraid. We just playing defense, but once we start building, then we play, and then it becomes something that is enjoyable to watch, right? We had 7 years of watching something where even if we win 1-0, it's just like, what did we just watch? Right? So this is, you lose when you expose yourself this way and you keep attacking and playing, right? We could have been, Cremonese should have been 1-0 if it was old Juventus, but we went 4 because we kept attacking. We never had enough, which is you're going to open yourself up to other things in the back if you keep attacking, but that play allows you to at least like have the players play, do their own thing, see what they can do. We had our number 9 was our center defender at one point. So now it's a whole different thing. It's just it's better. The games, as far as the games for like what you guys were talking about for the Champions League, I feel like first half and second half they were all kind of the same to me. I didn't see it was just mainly us. It's just some teams we played well, or we played good enough to pass, and some other teams were just there. Let's get as long as we draw, we're fine. And that's what we were doing. Spalletti has put a new game plan. Like the game plan changed with Spalletti, and even our players, which are not that great anyways, we already know that they're not amazing, but all of a sudden they start shining. You start seeing things that you didn't know they can do before. So, you got to give credit where credit is due. And
of course, I mean, we've said from the beginning that all the change we've seen, it's all on Spalletti because the players are the same. So it can't be the players. It's got to be the coach. There is no way around that. And one thing that I like is this, it shows something like this besides the pose and whatnot. They were talking, they were trying to say that David was like integrated. They were trying to isolate him and all this kind of. All I've seen like consistently, it's the opposite. Since that kind of rumor came out, I see a team that seems like united, even with small things like this. I don't know what you guys think, but like I like mostly what I think Spalletti is doing with the group in terms of like bringing them together, even in difficult moments when there was the situation with the PK and Locatelli giving him the thing and he missed it and everybody wanted to put him on a cross and Locatelli on the cross, like Spalletti was defending everybody. And so it's something I really like. I don't know how to take this thing down. I'm looking, but I don't know if you guys want to add anything.
We're gonna keep it to the end this time, huh?
Yeah, well, they definitely they definitely go around David, and when he scored right after missing the penalty in the next game, everybody congratulated him. He should have scored 3, but in his true nature, there's something about him that is not. I don't know if he's him or is just like the way he was born, that they just all the bad luck happens to him, but he misses a lot of this time is like right in there, and somehow he's able to like put it outside instead of scoring. And all these balls that come into him, they're just like easy tap ins, and then sometimes he scores, but it will be 1 out of the 4 goals that he should have scored because all the balls were right there, and sometimes he misses a lot. That's the only problem that I have with him. As far as when you're looking at attackers, you're looking at how many balls you give them and how many goals they score with those opportunities.
Yeah.
And sorry, but David, you give him 10 balls, he scores once. And all the balls should be like right in front of him and the goalie, he will score one time. And
So do you guys believe that if we had a different striker, Bilo obviously said said it's not the case with a lot of people scoring. With a different striker, we will score more, or it will be the same, given the type of game we're doing now?
Now, what kind of strike are you talking about? Like
Colo.
top, like
Somebody
top,
that,
top players striker you talking about?
a striker that like scores balls like the one today that
Like
David is in
somebody
the
is not in
middle
Serie
of
A,
the
like somebody better than what we have in Serie A. You talking about?
somebody better than David that doesn't miss like a goal.
No,
like
in the rest of
today.
Serie A, who is the striker that is like he's performing every game?
Lautaro, I don't know, even
No,
Pio
every game?
Esposito, even Pio Esposito when he plays, I think he plays really well.
I didn't even
Uh,
say
He's supposed to
the
score
name.
2 goals, guys.
Huh?
He's supposed to score 2 goals in Serie A.
Yeah, but he's playing like very little. The little he plays really well. I don't know if you guys have watched
To
him
me,
playing.
Pio Esposito and
Have you guys
David,
watched him
I don't
play?
see like Madonna, like Vieri
No,
versus
there is like
Tentoni, cioè,
there is
like-
an ocean in between. I think like Pio Esposito and David. Maybe you guys haven't seen him play, but like that guy is like phenomenal. If you ask me, to be honest. I mean, what he does, how he moves. I mean, honestly, like I don't know. Maybe you guys haven't seen him playing, but like Pio Esposito is really good. I'm really happy
he's
there's
pumped,
this guy.
pumped up very much.
Huh?
To me, he's being pumped up by the press a lot.
Yo, he is. But if you see him playing, like he's really good. I'm really glad we have somebody like this finally, probably in the national team. Like we haven't had anybody like that in the national team for a while. You know, I mean, it's undeniable that David is missing like easy goals. I mean, he is.
But yeah, no, but I would say like for the level of Serie A players that we have, Oyun, the
Jimenez, the one from Bologna, I think he could do much better than what right now David is doing.
I don't know, man. I don't see a lot. Castellanos went out, nobody missing in last. Bro, I don't see like this level of strikers in Serie A that.
No, but the point is, I think we're missing the point. Is that
if we had.
David, no, I mean,
Yeah.
David, it's not like he's not able to score. Like, he scored, I think, an average like 20 goals a year. And of course, Ligue 1 is a different level of competition, but it's not like a dude that doesn't see the goal ever. Like, he was very prolific. What is going on right now? Like, he can be a lot more that kind of striker that if he has 3 chances, at least 1 goes in, than what we're seeing. You know, today he did well on the 2 goals. Even on the first one, he defended the ball and then just, let Thuram run behind him. That's great. But, we cannot hope that we're going to score with our midfielders every single game. At some point, you need that scrappy goal from the striker, and that's what's going to win you those ugly games away at Cagliari, at Udinese, or these sort of ugly ones.
And you're right. So, Bill, don't get me wrong. He does the right things. When the ball comes into him, he stops it. He does what Vlahovic couldn't do. First of all, right? He stops the ball. He plays with these players and passes.
Yeah.
But when it's time to put it in and score on what we say, okay, now you score another one, do something. That's what I'm missing from him. And compared to other Serie A right now, probably not. But just last year we had Kolo Muani, who by himself, you throw the ball up and then give him 3 balls,
totally.
2 goals,
Totally.
right? So
Totally.
those are the things. So those are the things that I'm comparing it to. I'm like, how many
Yeah.
balls I can give to someone like that? And then we used to even at Tevez that when the ball doesn't come, he goes and gets it somehow and just goes by himself, right? And if you're not that hungry, which is fine, you don't have to be like that. But something has to happen where if I give you so many balls, you got to put more. You have to be more prolific.
I
And
I
that's
will
the
say with I will say with Colomani as well, but unfortunately, apparently it was not possible.
Yeah. No, definitely. And
Paris
then
Saint Germain and Comolli, the way they tried to make it happen, it didn't happen. So we tried to pursue him for like over 30 days, and at the end, we end up with Openda. That probably was not ideal for us, but
Yeah.
it was the second choice.
So I'm looking at the Classifica Marcatori. I was curious. Sorry, I can't pull it up, but I'll read it to you. There is Lautaro is done 11. Then Pulisic 8.
All against small teams.
Nico Paz 8. Leao 7. Ildiz 7. Thuram 6. Davis, I think it's Udinese 6.
Our Thuram 6 or their Thuram?
No,
Their Thuram 6. Oilund 6.
Yeah.
Arnold's like
Castro 6. I mean, I'm scrolling down. Like there is no one of ours. Like no one besides Ildiz. Like
yeah.
literally no one. I keep scrolling. I need to go to
Until
Vlahovic. I need to go to.
got injured, and Vlahovic was the one who was playing.
I need to go to Vlahovic with 3 goals to find another one of ours.
Yeah.
And then David with 3 goals again. So
I think that answers your question.
right. That's what I'm
We
saying.
definitely would be playing better if we had someone who could score goals. I think that.
I think it will be playing better. I'm not saying we will be playing better because I think David is functional to what we're doing. He does a lot of dirty work. I mean, look at the ball he gave to Miretti today at the end of the first half.
It was,
You know,
it was
I mean,
when I came in.
sorry,
Nah.
what you said?
People are coming in the room without.
Oh, so he does a lot of dirty work. It's not about playing better. It's about like scoring more. You know, the whole Spalletti work that he has done. I don't think is shining all the way through because we're not scoring enough. You know, because we are building, and then we're not finalizing. It's not all on David, but like a striker more prolific, I think it could help us to win more, a lot more. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad or if we will play better. I don't think we'll play better. I don't know if we'll play better.
Well, I just meant like we'll get better results.
Better results, probably.
What matters is results.
We have Openda now. This guy is driving me nuts. Anyway, all right. So we are at the end. Matteo is trying to get in. Matteo, there is no room. Sorry, it's only 6. So if I add you, I don't know who is going to take out. So I'm trying. I see I can't. Sorry, Matteo. One last thing, guys, and then we're gonna go. Is the Champions League ranking. I think
I like this one a lot.
Yep. I put it like this so you can see pretty much there is like 8 teams with
1 point, huh?
13 points, 8 teams with 13 points, and then there is us, Inter, with 12 for 3 spots. So there is literally 11 teams fighting. Do you guys think we have any chance at all on making a top 8?
I think we do.
We
Not
do?
that's not that crazy of an idea. Yeah. I
What-
posed this
what's
question
the
to
next
the
game?
group chat.
What's
Huh?
the next game?
Monaco.
Monaco, we
And-
play there, and we have to see.
They
all
don't
the
have
other
any fans.
stuff. We have to see how many of these teams they're playing each other. We have to see a lot of things.
There is 3 spots for like 12, 13 teams.
Yeah.
I don't think we have many chances Inter either.
We're
I
1
think we
point
need-
away though.
Yeah, but you have 8 teams in front of you. It means all of them, actually 10 teams in front of you, all of them need to boo-boo, and we need to be the only one winning. I mean, it's
Yeah, we have to see the calendar. How many teams are
Right.
playing each other on this bracket? Yeah.
yeah.
I think there's quite a few from the top 8.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult. It's already great where we are. We need to try to go as high as we can. Huh?
Since I don't have Instagram, do you mind to check Pueblo if they post what is the percentage of passing in the top 8?
Yeah. You guys keep talking about something in the meantime.
Did you get banned, Bilo?
I am on a bet with Il Dottore that is gonna do 20 push-ups a day, and I'm not gonna be on Instagram for 24 days because I said after Davidis missed the penalty, if he was going to score the following game, I was gonna take Instagram off my phone.
Wow.
That
they
was the
haven't
reason
yet.
why. Now we know why he couldn't score all this time.
Yeah, it's all about Instagram, man.
They haven't put the percentages yet. I don't see them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing that they do.
Yeah, I
but
love that.
I mean, we clinched the playoffs, which is good. I think at this point we need to try to stay as high as possible to play the easier game. So we're in a good spot.
And a lot of
This
money
point-
also.
Money, we go play the last
Plus,
game
in the-
with less
Plus,
pressure.
that the top 8 is the big difference money-wise versus like doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
playoff.
Yeah. So we're in a good spot. I think we can, we can make it to the, round of 16, hopefully, and moving to Coppa Italia, and we're fighting for a Champions League spot where we're supposed to be. All right, I think where we're supposed to be, and from now on, it's all fair game. I think we can say our part. Whether the beginning of the season we weren't confident in saying, oh, we can say this or we can say that. I think now we can. People are starting to be scared again of us. I think a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, I don't know if you have anything else to add. Otherwise, we just wrap it up.
Oh, I want to say.
Did you talk about Cambiasso when he passed behind Yildiz and he tripped him?
We said that we have a Cambiasso problem, but feel free to add.
That was hilarious.
He
That
does
was
the
crazy.
same thing every match, thinking it's gonna work. Like, bro, no.
I was like, and he almost scored anyway.
Okay,
Yeah, I thought he was going to.
Stay there 1 second,
It's
guys.
so hard the second post. Yeah.
I'm gonna take myself out so Matteo can come in and say hi. Hang on, just 1 minute.
Oh boy.
I gotta go. I can.
Bye, Edo.
Why you had to go? I want to know why you had to go.
I don't want to see your ugly mug. I don't want to see your ugly mug.
Actually, I think with this long beard, like I'm pretty cute actually. So, like
Yeah.
someone
But
close
I
you
have
was
to agree.
saying- yeah.
Pains
Anything
me
to
to
tell
say,
me?
but I have to agree.
Yeah, anything to tell me?
No, I have to do some stuff for work, so that's it.
Well, you sound scared. I'm like probably I have 6 hours by playing far from you, so I'm kind of glad over there. So, why are you so scared?
Because you're an angry dude.
I'm not angry. We won. I'm happy. Why? I'm gonna start like a GoFundMe for Abraham being there until we lost the next game. So
Yeah, he's not allowed to come back.
That'd be
No.
nice.
Why? Look, he always goes frozen. Why are you so scared? Even your internet is scaring me. Jesus.
I really have to go.
Really?
Ciao, Dedo.
Ciao, Edo.
I know.
See you next time.
So, Matteo, tell us.
He really,
Tell
he
us.
really
Back.
left. He really left. My goodness.
He really left. Questo è il dottore. All right. Well,
Dai,
I
Matteo,
guess
tell
we're
us
the-
the game in 30 seconds. Dai.
30 seconds.
But look, I haven't watched that close the game to give like my own opinion. I'm happy because I think we lost the last 35 games against Benfica. We lost them probably, if not 35, 32. So winning. Actually, was hoping that they're gonna score the PK because I had 2-1 in my prediction. So I was gonna be selfish other than that. And finally, we have like a midfield scoring. So that was a good thing. And look, I think we should stop focusing and cheering about anything, any other team lose, and focusing more about ourselves. Honestly, that's what
Screw you, who thinks like that, and like you, fuck Inter now and forever.
because like one thing is in the final. I don't care if they lose against us.
No. They need to suffer every day of the week.
Honestly, I don't care. I just want my team to win.
Matteo, but I just watched the game. What I noticed, the stadium stay with the team the whole time.
Repeat, please.
I didn't hear
The
that.
stadium, our supporters.
That was a good
with the
thing.
team
Well,
the whole
look,
time.
there was the first 10 minutes of second half. It looked like the Allen Stadium was pretty kind of like getting annoyed. We were losing so many balls coming out on our third. So, but then we scored and everything. Thinking like everybody was happy about that. So, well, look, Benfica is we always struggle against them, and I think for how much we want to blame Miretti on the first half of the war, he really played bad. I think it was really one of the few. It was I think
played bad.
I think
played
he
okay.
He
Okay.
didn't play that good, honestly.
No,
But
he did the mistake on midfield when he passed on the right side and they recovered the
he made
ball.
more than one
Beside
mistake.
that, he had that chance with the header.
For example, Lillo, we talked many times. David didn't have a good game. I don't. But he has he does something on both of our goal, because on Thuram goal it take away one defender from Thuram, and on the second goal he was able to give the pitch that it does to
It was a
McKennie.
perfect pass on the second one. The second one
Exactly.
was
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. No, look, he had a bad game, but it's really functional to our team.
Yeah.
But we need to serve.
It also he
never
surprised the whole Benfica defense with that pass, because you see like the reaction of the players, like, where is the ball? Like, how is possible McKennie is in front of the goal?
We
like
are saying the
that?
same thing.
Yeah.
We are saying the same thing. So I think Conceição need to play on this team, okay, but still, like, he has so many
Injuries.
He can grow so much. It's still like
To be fit.
it's tanto fumo e niente arrosto. It's like a lot of smoke and that. But other than that, I'm
And not
happy.
right
That's it. All right, guys.
Eric, tell her to shut up.
You know, this 2 months old kid, it's so annoying, you know.
Really? Come on.
Oh, you
dude.
guys can hear him? Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, a little bit.
Eric,
All right,
see you
guys.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If he,
So on
yeah,
that note, yes, Sunday watch party 9
And you.
a.m. at the
Gotta
Cut
come.
Firo. Please come if you can. I don't know if Boston is everyone. Mario, do you know if you guys are
Yeah,
having
we're
a
gonna
watch
have
party?
one. Yeah, at the Elephant and Castle.
Perfect.
We should have one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, please kick
Great.
Edo out of the bar, please, and take a
I
big-
need tips from you to how to make Edo scare and run away like that, because this is the first
Yeah,
time.
it's
so
so
I'm scared.
scared of me. It's embarrassing, honestly.
I need
But
tips. You gotta let me know what to do.
Absolutely, whenever you want. It's so scared
All
of me.
right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour and 17 minutes. Thank you
Wait,
so
I just
much.
have seen and everything. Watch again.
Forza Juve.
guys.
Yes.
Wait.
What?
Oh, before we go, I want to, on record, say that whatever Bilo's opinion is, that's also my opinion.
Wait,
There
but
you go.
Andrew, you know what is Bilo? He's a teacher
Yeah.
of life.
We call him the teacher of life.
Yeah, exactly. I agree
He's
with
always
that.
right. He can be wrong.
I don't
That's a
even have
matter- that's a
time to
matter of
change.
fact.
I'm wearing like the wife beater underneath.
Exactly.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
guys. See you on
I'll
Sunday.
talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Forza
All right,
Juve.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.